Vanguard. But it's a Helm of the Black Legion. Sorry, I was watching some Dota earlier. Andromeda might be the first blood here as we got off the double stun. Where's the leap, Valkyrie? Where's the leap? Well, Valkyrie was level 1, so I suppose that makes sense, no leap. Now level 2, we did get Nymphora, that first blood, that Andromeda going down, getting caught out in the position of something she didn't want to really be in. So, with that said, we do have that Bubbles now. I think he picked up a candy bar there, but it's an illusion rune, as these festivities is going to continue to amaze me at this time. That puts us with a Gladiator 6. He is going, 1-for-1 with that Malikan. Malikan might be wanting to try something on FreshPro, who just got Dust of Revelation. So this is a really good opportunity for these guys to pick him off. We need an arrow coming out of Valkyrie. There's the combo, and he will be going down. All that survivability is all for naught if they can see you, which they clearly could with that Dust of Revelation. Top tower, however, is going to go down really quickly, probably within the next minute. This creep wave could even do it by itself if we put down a nice trap by that Gladiator, but he's going to try to pick up this last hit. Does not get the last hit, but that will be a 7-minute top tower. Again, not something KD really wants to be throwing away at this point. Gladiator is making a very strong case for his farm. 418, 420 gold a minute. FreshPro has now respawned. He's going to come mid here, but Bubbles has to not throw down that ult since he doesn't have it. He has it now. I don't think he's going to. He is going to throw it down on Semiju. That will let FreshPro pick that up for a double tap. Great rebound from that bottom lane as he got owned there with that Dust of Revelation. So knowing that Nymphora has the dust, yes, Nymphora has the dust. There are no vision wards out yet. Madman is pretty confident with that ability to go invis there in the mid. These candles for wards of sights are hilarious. But Nymphora's gonna see him. Candy corn for the tablet of haste, and now Nymphora could be in a little bit of trouble. She is full managed, but she did get a great stun off there from that Valkyrie, but they do not have that dust. There goes the dust. It's off and away now. Madman, however, with that haste rune is going to be nigh impossible to catch that, but that was a great save from Favy on that arrow, keeping his teammate Nymphora alive. Nymphora does indeed have a pair of boots. Madman, however, getting caught in the mid, but he will be okay. I can't really say the same for Bubbles, but no, they will get out unhindered. No problem there. We have quite a few stat items here picked up on this Soul Stealer. A little bit of health with that bolstering armband, so he's obviously going for those treads first, and 2 duck boots could become soul scream rings, no problem later on. Valkyrie is going to get the combo, but she will be able to leap out of it just in time, so that could have been a really nice pickup there for Gladiator, who has already finished up that Helm of the Black Legion and his own chalice, so that is why he is going Helm of the Black Legion. The health regen that it affords, the survivability will let him spam that blood chalice all day long, as it keeps him nice and mana. And now he's going to do a little bit of intimidation here on that Soul Steer as we have 4 Hellborn mid. What does the Legion want to respond with? Malikan is very content to go stays down south. Helm of the Victim picked up. Wonder if he's going for that early lifesteal, which used to be very popular on him. It got nerfed a little bit. I'm not too sure what that Madman can do. Level 5 versus that level 8 Malikan, but mid has now gone in as there was a TP up to there. Is Malikan here? Malikan is here. He's going to try to pick off that Andromeda, but he's going to lose sight. Wow, sliver hit points. Instead, No-Tail's going to pick off that Glacius, and now Gladiator running around here behind enemy lines. Malikan just not doing what he needed to be doing there, instead taking a lot of damage, and a 3.5 second arrow landing on that Hellbringer. I just cannot really believe that Andromeda got away there, but that is 2 more free kills for that MSI clan as they take this game so far 4-2 with a tower above. Now that the tower is down, really, Gladiator has a choice. He can roam, or he can continue farming the top lane. The danger of, however, continuing to farm that top lane is, of course, there's no hard stop here by the tower anymore. So if he pushes too far and his map control or his map awareness, just slips for an instant, he could have, 3-4 heroes upon him at any time, especially since, well, Nymphora's not 6 yet, but she does have that ultimate that gives her a lot of that map control. Throw a Staff of the Master on a Nymphora, and she will easily carry around all 4 of her teammates wherever they need to go. So you always have to keep that in mind, especially after that level 6. She is, however, level 4. She did stick down bottom and played around with that Madman, trying to zone him out of that experience, deny him that advantage while giving Malikan all that farm. Despite all that farm, Malikan did not really make a huge impression on that last fight, letting that Andromeda get away, tanking a lot of damage, and really just not doing what he needed to be doing. But it looks like we really want to keep this Nymphora down as well. This hasted Bubbles trying to take her out. He just used that take cover to avoid that damage from the Nymphora Zeal. Nymphora will be going down, but will he be getting away? There is now some support between Fresh Pro and Nova on that Andromeda. I don't think there's quite a swap ready for here, and they're not going to be tower diving, but what a play there from No-Tail on that Bubbles, using that haste to great effect and picking up 2 more kills as both Nymphora and Valkyrie died. This is not looking good for KD at this point. I mean, the gold per minutes here are still about the 100 range as we see Glacius go down to a triple combo there in the mid. And I mean, that top tower pressure now is starting to add up, as Gladiator did indeed go back up there. He finished up that Steam Boots, and he has himself a mana battery. I'm not too sure if he's going to consider going past the mana battery stage, considering the nerfs that it just received. What we will see. And really, now the Legion have to really spread their forces. They have to make sure that they can keep the roamers off the back of whatever farm they got, while of course defending this top tower, because it's going to be slowly chipped away, and that's an advantage for that Hellborn team that really, I mean, Legion really shouldn't have given it up. But there's nothing we can really do about it now. So a little bit of a nuking fest in the mid as they're trying to defend this mid tower. Mid tower is, of course, one of those icons of who owns the game at this point. As soon as mid tower goes down, people sigh a breath of relief, as it's done, it's gone. That hard stop there, that ever-present danger of seeing invisible units of tower dives gone wrong, is toast. And we have No-Tail actually timing out, so we're probably going to be taking a quick pause here. Indeed, it insta passes. And we have a level 9 Gladiator just kind of up in this forest, looking, deciding, trying to really figure out where he wants to go. Does he want to help mid with a gank? But of course, we have that defensive tower, exactly what I was just talking about. He could come up here to this level 5 Valkyrie. I don't think I've seen a Favy held down this much ever since, well, this game, I suppose. But what's he going to do? Is he going to go up? Is he going to go down? He has all his skills ready to go. He has the Chalice. He has the Steam Boots, which is more than Valkyrie can say at this point. Valkyrie did indeed go a bottle for that health regeneration, and we do have a power supply bottle. Not too real different on that Soul Stealer. Nymphora is, of course, being Nymphora, picking up a lot of wards. Looks like she really wants that power supply, but she only has a regular boost. Glacius is, of course, level 5 as well. It does not have any boots whatsoever. And the level 9 Malikan is just so far from the action at this time. I mean, he's just off alone in the bottom base. His items haven't really changed either. He does have strength, Steam Boots up, which is great for him. Madman has done a little bit of a rebound. He's now level 7, sitting here at just a little over 200 experience a minute, which is a big difference compared to what it used to be a lot earlier when he was getting zoned out. So, who else is around? Hellbringer has gone the aura of Ring of the Teacher, which is great support item. So it looks like he is more of the support role this round. Andromeda has even fewer items than any of the support on Legion. She has a Ward of Sight and a Homecoming Stone. So she is just totally stacked. Who am I missing? Of course, Turtle Soup up top. We have him with a bottled, is that another haste rune? That is indeed another haste rune. In the Int Steam Boots, gives him a nice little boost to mana and a little bit of stats from that Talisman of the Exile. Well, while we wait for, I think it was No-Tail to come back in, he's still down for the count. Let's take a quick look at Bubbles, who was that No-Tail. Level 4 Shell Surf, 2 Song of the Sea, takes 1 into the take cover, and really you don't need to put a lot more into that take cover. Yes, the duration is extended, but unless you're going to be rushing yourself a portal key, you're not going to be making the best use out of it. So a portal key on a Bubbles is very powerful simply because it affords him a lot of mobility. Because when you use take cover, that actually does not reset the timer on the portal key. So if you're getting harassed a lot, throw down your shell, blink out, with your shell. Take cover, and then wait for the portal key cooldown to come up, and then just jump wherever you want. Really confuses the enemy, and really affords them a lot of survivability, which is another reason that he's usually in that solo hard, the solo hard solo. That's what I wanted to say, lane. But he is not that. Instead, I'm a little surprised he actually maxed out that Shell Surf instead of that Song of the Sea. A lot of the people like to play him like they play Wretched Hag. Just looking at the message here. So, Holy for the Win chiming in. Really? You prefer Shell over the Song of the Sea. A lot of people I see playing like Hag, where they level up that Sonar Scream and then only get the one blink. But, hey, if Holy says so, then I will believe him. Anyways, it looks like we're going to be down for a few minutes here, so I'm actually going to take a break while we wait for everything to go on. Don't want to bore all the nice listeners out there, so we will return when we have No Tail coming back. Alright, well, No Tail has finally returned back to the action, and this game will continue on. No disqualifications, nothing fancy like that, but at the same time, now back to reality. 7-2 for MSI Fnatic, as now Bubbles is finally back, and I have been joined now by a co-caster. Say hello to Swindlemelonzz. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks, man.
Alright, so, obviously you were watching this whole game, as we see a lot of action going down mid. That kelp field going down, Bubbles coming in, down goes that Nymphora, as she is, you know, just a little bit of a fairy girl. And now Bubbles really wants to make something of this Soul Steer, but tower diving is probably not going to get him too far, as he uses that take cover to good effect. He'll get out of there okay. And did Valkyrie go down? Where did Valkyrie end up? Where's Valkyrie? There she is. Okay, so she was getting harassed up top. 5-second arrow on that Bubbles, however, and now 2 homecoming stones in that Bubbles could not really stand too much of a chance. This defensive tower will live for yet another day. So, Swindle, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's a good match, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't get kicked from ops because of you guys.
Yeah, well, that pause was really long, wasn't it? So, Gladiator just took basically by himself this top lane as that arrow just goes right through his ghost. And really, KD did, well, not too much about it. So, I mean, what's up with that?
Well, in all honesty, I mean, MSI pretty much won every lane. And that advantage just really shows as we move into the mid game. And I mean, the only towers that have been taken have been MSI taking both top towers, so that gives them a pretty sizable gold advantage, which is why you'll see they have a lot more counter wards and wards that have been placed throughout the game. Whereas Glacius doesn't only well, he picked up boots, but they really don't have as much vision, and they haven't throughout the whole game that MSI has.
Yeah, we can definitely see the blue candles sitting around, as well as a lot of yellow ones. But map control so far has been pretty dominant in the favor, of the Hellborn, simply because they've been roaming around a lot. They just have, you know, so many people going around. I mean, we don't even have anyone top lane anymore. We got, who's this, Gladiator and Freshbro coming up through the jungle. This could be really bad for that Valkyrie, but she's going to be able to jump out there. Faye going to be missed with that Chariot, and a good Zeal coming out of that Nymphora. But here comes the rest of the cavalry. Down goes that Bubble Shell to his Song of the Sea, who's going to be helping to take down that Nymphora, and also that Valkyrie not going to be able to jump up that cliff, unfortunate for her. But now, I mean, really MSI is not letting up with these team fights. I mean, that was, what, 4 gank onto the 2 kills, and now they've extended their lead 10-3, and this middle tower, I mean, that icon of protection, now going to go down. So yeah, I mean, I kind of do see what you're saying. I mean, they lost every lane. Malakin, arguable down south. I mean, he out-farmed Freshbro fine, but Freshbro so far has done a lot better than him, in my opinion. Black playing that Malakin 1-1-1 with just a little bit over 300 gold minutes, but look at Freshbro 4-1-1, and you know, he's definitely a lot more around.
Yeah, I think really what the key really lane in this game was the comparison of how Madman did bottom to how Valk did top. They both were basically in the same situation, 1-on-2, except the Valkyrie was basically kept completely out of the lane, whereas Fresh Pro was able to get pretty good experience